What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're returning to Blue Destiny. Last time, you helped Clust with Unit 2 and Unit 3. You and Blue Destiny launched an attack on California base as Nimbus and his team arrived. This time, you and Nimbus will face off. The Federation will finally assume control of California base, pushing Xeon back into space. And Nimbus finds the Quebec base where Unit 2 and 3 are hiding. So let's get into this. As Xeon moves into attack, Tristan says the Fedi soldiers that slowed them down are incompetent. But Surge understands that soldiers follow orders, and the fault lies in the leadership. Nimbus understands this as well. Surge thinks this is what makes the lieutenant great. He flashes back to the Battle of Loom. The battle is lost. Surge continues pushing forward. They help shield the commanders as the rest retreat. That is when Nimbus comes in, helping Surge and the remaining pilots. He won't let them be a meat shield. One pilot tells them to protect the ship, but Nimbus chooses the greater good over the few. The pilot tries to kill Nimbus for insubordination, but Nimbus attacks first, killing one of his comrades. Later, Xeon passed it off as an accident. Nimbus was demoted from commander to lieutenant. He was branded the name Brass Butcher and was banished from frontline service. Surge tells Tristan that Nimbus represents true knighthood. He is all in for Nimbus's cause. Nimbus, Tristan, and Surge move in to claim victory. For the first time while piloting Blue, Yuu comes face to face with Nimbus. He gets a sensation as though the exam system is trying to activate itself, while Philip is yelling on the comms. It seems Maureen and Alf aren't picking up anything strange on their end. Alf thinks that Dr. Cluss added hidden protocols to Blue without Alf's knowledge. Nimbus wants to witness this unit's true power and see who is worthy of the exam system. Something happens to Marion inside Blue. It activates the D phase, also known as the Berserker state. Claire warned him not to do this last episode. The Ifrit strikes first. Yuu is able to bob and weave. Nimbus says that the exam has become grotesque and that Clust is corrupting the purity of the exam system. Simona tries to fire his cannon, but is attacked by Surge and Tristan. It seems that Surge has a sniper loadout backpack. Nimbus tells his team to back off. This is a duel between two knights. Yuu tells Marion that she is free to move of her own will. Yuu dodges the Ifrit's blade. Nimbus thinks he has tamed the exam system. Yuu thinks that Clust is wrong and that the D phase is Marion's true form. It's the will of both Marion and Yuu working together. Nimbus finally introduces himself to Yuu and says they are worthy of a true battle. But you already attacked him. Yuu wonders if there is some significance to these two machines meeting. Both clash with their swords. Maureen mentions that Blue dropped below 40% capacity, but Alf is certain that the auxiliary systems that Clust put into Blue is allowing it to run at 100%. Clust seemed to have foresight to program something in case an exam system fights an exam system. Even the limiter put into the system seems to not be broken. Yuu fires his missile pods. Nimbus slices through them instead of dodging. He is anticipating Yuu's every move. Yuu notes that he has full control over the machine and the exam system. Philip goes to help Yuu while Simona stays back and handles the Doms. But as he turns the corner, a trap turret has been set. The Doms get the upper hand on them. Tristan and Surge tell Philip and Simona to let the two fight. The four have their own battle. Nimbus hits Yuu's right arm. He says the exam system likes me more than Yuu. He wonders why only Marion transmits pain and sorrow to Yuu. He asks Nimbus to tell him the truth about Marion. Nimbus shouts, "How dare you say that name?" He knocks one of Blue's beam sabers out of his hand. In the distance, Vittorio watches in the Dodai Kai and notes that he is fighting different. The thought of Marion triggered Nimbus, and now he is off kilter. Simona looks up and says, "Oh, free kill." He takes down all but one Dodai. He could see Marion guarding Yuu. Blue gets a direct hit on Ifrit's head. Yuu and Nimbus charge at one another. The Ifrit's knee joint goes out. It's as though Marion stripped him of his power at the last moment and left him. The Ifrit drops to its knees. A lost knight. As Yuu goes in for the final blow, Surge jumps in between the two and he lalas himself. Classic sacrifice. Surge pulls Yuu in close and fires his bazooka at point-blank range, destroying the head. Luckily, the cockpit wasn't in there. But what was in there was the exam system. The Fedis will go on to claim California base, but the loss of the exam system will go on to be erased from the battle. Tristan fires and heads towards Ifrit. Nimbus jumps out and tells Tristan to destroy Ifrit so it won't fall into the hands of EFF, but he can't pull the trigger and needs to focus on escaping. He grabs Nimbus. Vittorio tells him to head towards the sea where they have a Jukan waiting. Xeon makes their escape. November 30th, the Jaburo drop operation. This full-on assault by Xeon led to failure, causing a devastating blow to Xeon's Earth forces. California base has been reclaimed. The North American and African fronts were now in EFF's hands. The front has now been pushed off planet and the war continues in space. On the 2nd of December, it was rumored that a new type core launched along with the 2nd Combined Fleet. On Earth, Yuu is being spared punishment for wrecking Blue. He will be given either Unit 2 or 3 once completed. Unit 1 is totaled, but Alf wants to try to salvage it. They are also going to try to restore the Ifrit. He would like to use the Ifrit to fix Unit 1, but Alf knows Clust won't allow that. Jill shows off their new Gyan Custom. The YMS-15J Gyan Jill Jigwer Custom was built by Jill using spare Federation parts. This is painted in Federation colors and is said to use spare parts of Makuve's personal unit. It is equipped with a heat lance and a shield. Since it uses spare parts from Makuve's Gyan and they are on Earth, we can assume this is going off of Gundam Origin, where Makuve and his Gyan died fighting at Odessa. Someone in the comments tell me how he dies in the video game. This dude dies so many times depending on who writes him. Jill shows off and makes Philip nervous. Yuu tells Marion that if they win this war, he will free her from her prison. He wonders why Nimbus had full control over the exam system, yet doesn't seem to see Marion. Perhaps he is shutting her out. Jill heads back to Quebec to help Clust. It seems she helped Nimbus and his team locate the Quebec base where Unit 2 and 3 are located. Nimbus and his men move in to attack gyms at the base's wall. They are hoping that Jill neutralized the security systems from within. Tristan feels the need to protect Nimbus now that Surge is gone. MPs try to get Clust out of there, but he knows they are after Unit 2 and 3. Nimbus takes out the MPs in the hangar where he has met with Clust for the first time in ages. He kills the remaining MPs with Clust and Jill. Clust tries to get Nimbus to join them and to help build the exam system, but he sticks a sword in his mouth and tells him to shut up. The Zeon commander wants to know why he turned his back on Marion. For Clust, it is simple. New types are the enemy. He is grateful for her help, but at the end of the day, she is a tool for Clust. Jill kills one of the mechanics helping out. Clust realizes she is a traitor. Nimbus takes out his rapier and slashes through Clust. Also, I want this sword. Now that Clust is dead, Jill wants to join Nimbus's team. Nimbus gets into Blue Destiny Unit 2 and activates it. That is when another blue comes out of the blue. It happens to be Unit 0. The RGM-79BD-0 Blue Destiny Unit 0 is based off of the gym ground type and is the initial test unit for the exam system. Additional cooling and sensors were added for data gathering. This unit was intended solely for mobility and is only equipped with head Vulcans. The pilot of Unit 0 is Claire. Back at New Bern Base, Alf informs Yuu and the others that Quebec was attacked. They have been given deployment orders. Alf is mad about losing Blue, but Philip is more concerned about Jill, still not knowing she is a spy. The first team rolls out. Unit 0 doesn't have a head. It reaches out to Unit 2, but Nimbus slices through the arm with the beam saber. Claire asks him why he is acting against Marion's will. Nimbus is the one causing her pain. He says she wouldn't understand, but Claire knows what it is like to turn their back on someone. She says Yu Kajima understands better than any of them. Nimbus silences her and the unit. She wonders what Marion was to Nimbus. Tristan wants to take Unit 3, but Nimbus tells him to leave it behind. He will let Yu take it to see who is the true wielder of the exam system. Medeas approach the facility, and the Zeon team bails. They also take the Gyan as well. Yu finds the base in ruins. 12 mobile suits were taken out. Philip is upset that Jill is nowhere to be found. They think that she was captured. Alf is shaken by Nimbus's commitment to kill him with a saber. Yu looks down at Claire's dead body. He knows that he is destined to take down Nimbus. Yu understands that Nimbus left Unit 3 for that very reason. He must do this so he could set Marion free. And that will do it for this episode. Everyone's interaction with Marion is different. Nimbus pushes her away while wielding all her power, while Yu embraces her, but he has yet to harness her true potential. Nimbus saved Surge when he needed it most, and in the end, it helped Nimbus continue this fight as Surge makes the sacrifice for a true comrade. Next time, Nimbus will be consumed by the exam system, while Yu tries to take a more human approach. The first team will run into the Slave Wraith team, and Yu goes to space. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, always carry a cool sword. Peace.